So yesterday we got the last 13 acres of corn planted. Dad did most of it. I ran up there and finished up the last couple acres for him. Today's June 1st, and I just started field cultivating all our bean ground. I've got 65 acres to field cultivate. I've probably only got about 10 acres, 12 acres done so far. I just ran up here to get a couple bottles of water. And then, I probably won't get this 35 acres finished tonight here because I have to run down to Atlanta. I got to be down there tomorrow afternoon, so I'm gonna have to leave early in the morning to do that, deliver a load. So I'm trying to get as much done as I can today, and then hopefully I come back and I'll get some stuff done Wednesday before I have to go out again. So that's where we're at right now, you know, 1st of June, and trying to get the bean ground ready because it's been dry for a couple days, and I think it's supposed to rain this coming Thursday, but hopefully it don't, so we can get this in the ground and get some crops growing for once. This thing's supposed to have a piece on it to keep it from turning, but it's broke off. You can see right there it's broke off. So every couple rounds I have to get out and spin this so the cultivator will run level. And it's not always the easiest to do. But otherwise, the front of that cultivator starts nose diving, digging deeper, and the back barely scratching the ground. So I gotta get off and do this every couple rounds. I guess I either need to get a new, whatever you want to call this, or weld something on there so it quits doing that. Well, we got that 35 acres finished up the other night. I didn't know if I was going to make that happen or not. Got it finished up. I ran down to Estelle, Georgia, got unloaded, got back this morning, reloaded for a load for Louisville that delivers tomorrow. So now I'm going to check the oil here in the 766, top it off with fuel. I got to run up the road. I got 13 acres up there I need to field cultivate. And then I'm going to come home, unhook the field cultivator, hook up our disc, because there's 15 acres, 16 acres I need to run a disc over before I can field cultivate it. I tried to run a field cultivator across it and it just won't dig into the ground. It's so hard. So in both of these little fields, one's in 7 acres, one's 9 acres, they've been flooded most of the year so far and last year. So they're finally starting to dry up. So I guess I'll run a disc over them get them field cultivated. And then I think it's supposed to rain again tonight. So hopefully within the next couple days it dries up again and we can get our beans planted. I believe there's a total of 65 acres that we need to plant for beans. So I'm gonna see what we can get done today. Well, now that I've pretty much wasted the whole afternoon, it's 4:30. I went to put fuel in the tractor earlier, and since we don't have a big barrel, you know, I go up and fill my tank up from the bed, and I come down and fill the tractor up. Which I think this fall I will get a barrel down here because this is kind of a pain. But I want to do that, pump wouldn't turn on. So I went and checked the fuse under the hood, and the fuse was blown. So I swapped it out with another one, and it blew that one. So I had to run to 4 different auto parts stores, and finally ended up at the Dodge dealer because nobody had these fuses in stock. I found one fuse, but I wanted to get some extras, so Dodge had to order some for me. And yeah, so I ended up having to take the side of the pump off and get in there and manually turn it, and now it works good. So there was something had it locked up, I don't know why. So now we're going to top the fuel off, and we're going to run up the road and try to get those 13 acres knocked out. Shouldn't take too long. So that's what we're going to do. Well, I ended up getting them 13 acres cultivated. Came back, dropped it off, hooked up to the corn planter again, ran back up to that same farm, and planted in the water holes that we couldn't get to the other day when we planted it. So that's taken care of. So maybe tomorrow I'll unhook this corn planter, throw the disc on. I got 7, 9, so 16 acres. I need to run disc across and then try to field cultivate that. We get that done, we can throw the bean drill on and possibly start planting beans sometime next week, this weekend. Depending on what the weather does. They say it's supposed to rain all night tonight, but it might go around us, it might not. Well, I just got back from Louisville a few minutes ago, and now I'm gonna unhook the corn planter, put it back where it goes, and I'm gonna hook up to the disc, unfold it, run down, disc up those 16 acres I got, come back, unhook the disc, and hook the field cultivator back up. But I'm gonna have to get some shovels because I guess I broke a couple of them yesterday when I was field cultivating at 13 acres. So, but I'm at least gonna get that disc run over it. Hopefully in the morning I'll run up and get a couple shovels for this thing. In all honesty, it probably needs all new shovels. Some of them are pretty wore out, but I'll make that decision here later, see what we think. But right now I'm gonna unhook that, hook that up, see what we can get done. Well, I'm sitting back down here in Atlanta, waiting to get unloaded, which I'm sure you know by now, or figured it out, that my videos are never really current. They're always a week, 2 weeks behind. That's because I'm trying to do the farm, or work on the farm, plus run the road a little bit, doing it all in between, and trying to edit videos in between. One person can only do so much at a time, so. But I did decide to go ahead and change all the shovels on that field cultivator the other day, and Case no longer makes the exact replacement for it. So they gave us a different style, which requires a bigger bolt, which means I'd have to drill out all the holes for the newer bolts. And I spent 3 hours drilling one hole the other day, and it just it didn't work out real well. So Dad's supposed to be figuring something different out while I'm down here, and apparently it's raining back home, so it's going to be a few days before we do anything anyways. So, but if you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe, hit that like button, and thanks for watching.
From the west side